We still have Swami Beyondananda, also known as Steve Behrman. And of course, most of you know Steve. He's been on the show probably the most of any of the people here tonight, other than Desiree. But for anyone who does not know, Swami Beyondananda is the alter ego of author, comedian, and workshop leader Steve Behrman. And his work has been described both as wisdom, described as comedy, and comedy disguised as wisdom. Our beloved Marianne Williamson has called him the Mark Twain of our times. And he's got a really special, a couple of events, both online and in person, that we're going to talk about. But he's going to share a little bit, and then we're going to take questions for Swami. So if any of you have questions for Swami, put them into the chat box now so that I can ask the Swami some questions. Welcome, Swami, back to the awakening world.
Well, thank you so very much. This is a very, very auspicious day, April 1st, April Fool's Day, and a full moon. So we have a rare full moon. This is a full moon celebration. And it's great to be on Awakening World because the world needs to awaken. I've said either we will have an awakening or we will have a wake. So this is my holy day, uh, April Fool's Day, when I often deliver the State of the Universe address. So I'll share that with you today. State of the universe, ever changing, same as always, humming along swimmingly. And again, this year, the universe once again expanded. So they've had to let the photon bell out just one more notch. And meanwhile, back here on this little planet, or as God calls it, the Comedy Channel, well, the world is in serious condition largely because of our conditioning to be serious. Seriously. We have a new word, we have a situation. Now, in a recent reality check, a whopping 70% of people said that they disapproved of the current reality. Now, talk about uncertainty. You've heard of the Heisenberg uncertainty principle? They're not even sure about that. So, everywhere people are asking, what is going on? Is this the hand of God at work or just a middle finger? And people are asking, are we coming finally to the end of the Kali Yuga? Well, we're right on the cusp. This is what they call the border Kali Yuga. Border Kali Yuga right now. And of course, there are people out there who are talking about the end times. I met a man a while back who was disappointed and depressed because the rapture didn't happen. I said, so the rapture didn't happen. It's not the end of the world, okay? Now, in fact, what's going on right now is that I actually went to the book of Revelations. I actually looked at the book of Revelations, and you won't believe what it said. It said that a sign that the end times are at hand, and I quote, and the last trump shall blow. I know, the blowhard is blowing even harder than usual. However, this may be a time when resistance seems irresistible, and yet we must respond with compassion. Because behind every soulless heel, there is an unhealed soul. And it is the work of the great heavy duty light workers that we have with us, not just to heal souls, but to re-soul heals. I have a new program to do exactly that. It is called From A-Hole to B-Hole. Very important now. Now, in the past, when the populace was very angry with and dissatisfied, there would be a revolutionary uprising to overthrow the system. Well, we already know that revolutions keep us revolving on the same wheel, the same unmerry-go-round, the same hamster wheel, the same treadmill of fear, right? And I've said this many times before, when you find yourself on a vicious cycle, for goodness sake, stop pedaling and get off. So, we don't need a revolutionary uprising. We need an evolutionary upwising to overgrow the system. And instead of the fear-based state of emergency that we've been leveraged into, we need a love-based state of emergency. That is where we emerge from the illusion of separation and see that we are all connected, that there are no sides, only angles. And when we see it from the right angle, we are all on the same side. So I am happy to announce this is a presidential announcement. My presidential campaign to bring about political climate change, warmer hearts, and cooler heads. Yes. Instead of the bipolar insanity that we have right now and the tug of war that is pulling us apart, we are calling for a tug of peace where we all pull together in the same direction. The campaign to bring left and right, front and center to face the music and dance together to turn the funk into function and leave the junk at the junction. Yes, that's very, very important these days. Now, in order to do that, I've created what I'm calling the Great Upwising. The Great Evolutionary Upwising. It's a recovery program to recover the sane and sacred at the center of humanity. It's a simple four-step program which is guaranteed to work four times. I'm sorry, my math is off. It's a four-step program guaranteed to work 3 times faster than 12-step. And the steps are simple. You wake up, wise up, and grow up, show up. So we wake up from the illusion of separation, right? Where we've been set on a battlefield, one against the other. An autoimmune dysfunction that has destroyed our immune system so that the sociopathogens can run rampant. Yes, we've been hoodwinked by a bunch of winking hoods, and the Commonwealth had been stolen by a very small percentage of the uncommonly wealthy. Well, next we have to wise up, wise up, wise up to the power of loving coherence. This is the untapped super duper power that's very important at a time when so many people have been super duped. We need to bring red tribe and blue tribe together to sit in sacred circle and talk until they're purple in the face. Because only by being together as one purple people will the peeps outnumber the perps. And then we have to grow up from children of God to adults of good. See, we've been stuck in this awkward uh, phase called addled essence, where our essence has been addled by toxic beliefs. And what people believe is truly unbelievable. Now remember, truth lives in the heart. Beliefs lie in the head. And so we need to focus on the love in our heart so we don't get hijacked by the lies that they're putting into our heads. Yes? So it also means when we grow up to be the you that you were meant to be. You know, they say that the unexamined life is not worth living, but the unlived life is not worth examining either, right? So it's very important that we actually be who we are here to be and release the grip of the ego. I've created a simple 3-word mantra to do that. Ego, egoing, egon, just like that. Or you can use mental floss. Back and forth twice a day, you'll prevent truth decay. That's very important. Now, we also, finally, we need to show up on a new playing field, ready to play a new game, to gather all good intentions under one big intent, thrival for each and all, intentional mutual benefit, where we move past the identity issues that separate us and we focus on the identical issues we all have in common. Clean air, clean water, clean food, and clean government. And where everyone is referred to with the same pronoun, thee, namaste, I honor the God in you. Yes. Now, it was great that Rihanna talked about the Great Reset. Well, we actually have something called the Great Reset, where we, the people, set the new standard that we want to live by, and we gather around the virtues and the values that the 90% of us who are not sociopaths share in common. So we can create government of the people, by the people, for the people, where the government does our bidding, not the bidding of the highest bidder. And so to truly activate these 4 steps, we have to take an all-important 5th step. Take a vow of levity, because when the gravity of the situation is bringing you down, it's time to let levity lift you up off the battlefield so you can see from a higher view. So join me now. All of those wishing to take a vow of levity, please rise and repeat after me. All for fun,
All for fun
and fun for all.
and fun for all.
I now pronounce you duly absurdified. Okay, good. Now, uh, it's very, very interesting in these times. I know that this is a very, very spiritually evolved group that we're working with, of course, and everybody on this call knows that each of us already has all of the answers within. It's matching them with the corresponding questions. That is the challenge. And so, if the people out there, if you have an answerable question for the Swami will have a questionable answer for you. So, are you ready? I'm ready.
Beautiful. Thank you, Swami. First of all, people are loving you. I'm going to read a couple comments as well as questions that have come.
Okay.
Shoshana writes, so grateful to have the epic Steve and Trudy in Ashlandia. And I just want to acknowledge behind every great Swami, there's a Trudy. And there she is. But the thing about Trudy is she is doing a menage a trois because she sleeps with both Steve and Swami. So she's pretty far out. But she's doing a good job. So good job there, Trudy.
Thank you, Scott.
A lot of people just saying how much they love you, Steve and Swami. Pure joyful genius. Connie writes, Swami is a true genius and so cool that it's so funny and inspiring and truth-telling. Rihanna was jotting down some of your best quotes. Truth, DK. Yes, absolutely. And Andrina Joy made a confession. Trudy, I don't know. She confesses that way back when visiting Ojai, she literally slept in the same bed as Steve with her common friend, Jeff Huttner, but never at the same time. Just this. Thank you for sharing that, Tarina. All right, here are a couple questions that came in.
Okay.
First one was Peter Sterling, our beloved Peter, asks, he says, Swami, I think I'm being contacted by extraterrestrials here in Sedona. What should I do?
Well, first of all, I think you should definitely listen to them. Although I have to confess that I think one of the big problems we are facing on the planet is extraterrestrials. We have way too many terrestrials. We don't need any extra. But as long as they're making a contribution, bring them on, bring them on, bring them on. We need all the help that we can get from all of the cosmic comic realms, all the help that we can get, anything that is beaming love our way. That is very powerful because of the fear that is being implanted in us, that's bringing up, as people have said earlier, it's bringing up the fear that is already there for revelation. And these are times, they call them apocalyptic times, which means the lifting of the veils. And to coin another phrase, the truth shall upset you free. So very important to be able to metabolize this because we humans have been living for tens of thousands of years under the rule of the lowest common denominator. And the rule of gold has been overruled by the golden rule, I'm afraid, has been overruled by the rule of gold rule, which is do unto others before they can do unto you. This has left us with a lot of residue to metabolize. And so here's the question. This is the question for humanity. Can we undo the do that has been done, or will the done do be our undoing? So we welcome help from all of the beings out there from other realms.
Well, thank you for that. A whole lot of doo-doo going on there. There's a question from Jeffrey Colbrick wanting to know, as you run for president, what party are you going to be running on, or do you have any thoughts about the different political parties?
Well, I think that we call it one big party, the fundamentalist party, with the accent on fun. One big party, everyone is invited. Now, what we have right now, we have a deeply divided body politic. Half the people believe the system is broken. The other half believe it is fixed. And so what we need to do
Yeah.
is bring left and right, front and center to face the music and dance together. And it is a transpartisan movement to release the partisan trance. Now, I am not running for office. I am engaging everyone to be running mates so that we, the people, become the leaders we have been waiting for. That is what the upwising is about. We see that we've been fooled, that we've been tricked, and yet we have common sense wisdom. Imagine, uh, imagine using the wisdom of the crowds, the wisdom of common people, the uncommon, commonly sensed common sense consensus that the 90% of us who are not sociopaths would agree with. So my presidential campaign is for us to elect ourselves, and as I said earlier, to create political climate change, warmer hearts and cooler heads, and to face the deepest issue on the planet, eracism. Eracism is where one race wants to erase another race, and the other race says, not if we erase you first. And then it's an erase to the bottom that could possibly erase the entire human race.
Mm.
So this part of this upwising is connecting with one another at the heart and leaving the static of the head for the ecstatic of the heart. That's the campaign.
Beautiful. One last question for you, and then I'm going to bring your panelists, the other panelists, up for general Q&A. This is actually from Rihanna asking Swami, what is the cosmic joke?
Well, the cosmic joke is that we have all of the resources that we have at our command to bring the power of love, this untapped power, and we are spending all of our energy fighting each other. Somebody asked me recently, Swami, how do you explain the suffering of all the people on the planet who do not have enough to eat? I said, well, that's easy to explain. What's harder to explain is the suffering of the people on the planet who have plenty to eat. Hmm? So this is what we have, happiness being an inside job. We are not here to earn God's love. We're here to spend it, right? And so that is our work, is to spend that love infinitely in our lives. And that is how we spread this love and light everywhere we go. It's the best that we can do.
I actually am going to squeeze one more question in from George Noble. He says, our political problems may be due to having too many lawyers in Congress. Do you agree?
Well, I as a fundamentalist, accent on the fun, my vision is non-judgment day. That's what we're working toward, non-judgment day. That is where everybody wins a beauty contest, and all of the lawyers will disappear because our trials will be over. We won't need them.
Beautiful. Well, I want to let people know that there are two ways to connect with Swami soon. Let's talk about the first one, which is for everybody. This is online, and it is Swami for Precedent, Precedent, Swami for Precedent. And this is an important presidential campaign. And tell us a little bit more about it, Swami. And I've, of course,
Well, basically, again, in 2004, I had the Swami for President campaign. There's the book that came out. Now, of course, they'd never let you fly over the White House like that these days. It was very difficult to get that shot. But right now, the idea behind it is that we want to bring love and laughter to the political system so that we lose the isms that are keeping us apart. My vision, I call it television. I television to you, you television to me. My vision is that all of the isms become wasms, things of the past, and we engage with each other from the heart, and then we use the mind in the service of the heart. We don't need artificial intelligence, we need artificial intelligence, so that we are able to use AI in a way that it is a servant and not a master. And only by coming together at the heart in every community, creating a sane and sacred center, can we put the heart in charge finally and achieve our spiritual destiny, where we become humankind, where human kindness is the currency. So that is the movement. I'm going to be traveling a little bit, but also be doing shows via Zoom. I can be anywhere, anytime. And this is a presidential campaign where I'm enrolling people to become running mates and join the upwising and spread the news and bring people together to solve problems together rather than fighting each other on the battlefield. I know what you're thinking. I'm proposing a sane world I must be crazy. So I invite you to join my sane asylum so we can go sane together.
Beautiful. So I've put that link into the chat box, everybody. Please go to that link and all register. Let's all be a part of this beautiful and important campaign. I also want to invite you to come to my neck of the woods, where Swami is going to be at the Sunrise Center. And some of you have been to other events at the Sunrise Center. I know we've got a fair number of Bay Area people with us tonight. So if you go to sunrisecenter.org and then click on upcoming events, and there you see that Swami and Steve are both going to be doing a pair of events this Saturday night. They're going to be doing a kind of a stand-up show, stand up with Swami, sit down with Steve, and then on Sunday, a wake up laughing. Is that a workshop, kind of teaching people
Well,
how?
this is really a chance to totally immerse in laughter. I call it wake up laughing and leave laughter in your wake. So we all wake up laughing, we enjoy that, and then we find ways. I'll be helping you find the ways to bring what I call situational comedy to any situation, to where you can be a bringer of laughter and light. You don't have to be a comedian, but there are ways that anyone can do that. And the more you do it, the better you get, the more fun you have. And laughter is like loaves and fishes. One person can come into a room with a joke, and 100 people can leave with it. So this is like infinite love, infinite laughter to help raise the laugh force on our planet. Very, very important right now.